Hello everyone. Today we are introducing to Melanie Akerboom. She is the founder of Whatamission. She has built a platform where is having interesting news about the social entrepreneurship scene in Berlin and in the world. And so let's say welcome to Melanie Akerboom.
Hi.
Welcome. So Melanie, what do you do? What is your background?
My background, yeah, that's always a difficult question. Because when I finished school, like I did a apprenticeship in photography, so I'm a skilled photographer. But I also studied tourism management and social entrepreneurship in London.
Great. Um, where did you find this passion for social entrepreneurship?
Where I think it started in South Africa. Like when I studied there for my bachelor degree, I had to do an internship for 7 or 10 months, and I decided to do it at the university in South Africa in a community development office or department. And there we were involved like with social projects, with micro entrepreneurs, township entrepreneurs. And then somehow I got involved in that and I liked it, and then I just continued.
All right. So this, from that moment, it translates to the work on Whatamission. No? So can you explain us what is Whatamission and what do you plan to do with this project?
Oh, Whatamission is an online platform, kind of providing information, resources around social entrepreneurship. Also interview the social entrepreneurs or people from the scenes. So you can find information about whatever, even online learning, MOOCs, or I don't know, reading resources. I don't know, kind of different stuff, and based, quite internationally, because it's also based on people I maybe know or find inspiring myself. So it can be people from stories about Thailand, about the UK or Germany or wherever. Yeah.
All right. Basically, from your perspective on your experience in South Africa, what is the social cause or problem that you are more focused on maybe help to solve it? What do you consider that you as a person want to be more interesting on what problems should be solved as soon as possible?
Okay, you mean me personally or in general?
You personally in this case.
Okay, well, that's a bit difficult because I see myself more like a supporter of social entrepreneurship. So, like with the platform, just providing interest-based information, or I'm interested in social entrepreneurship education. So, for instance, how can we maybe bring social entrepreneurship as a topic to schools, or how can we support aspiring social entrepreneurs? But that's more what I'm concerned about. Like, I don't really have myself like one topic like social entrepreneurs have.
All right, so you are the motivator to the people
I'm
to.
more like support or
Great, great, nice. It's important role.
kind of
Um, so basically, what have you been doing during this time? What is your opinion about the current interest of people to create projects? Because from my perspective, that I see is that this is just beginning the social entrepreneurship startups to develop something, and there is just few of them or a little, since my perspective. So maybe what do you see in Berlin or any other cities that you has been watching them?
I think in Berlin it's actually quite a lot going on, but maybe you also have to be kind of in the scene to know. For me, it doesn't feel like it's just starting, but I think I still have people or friends like you haven't heard about the term or who don't know what it is. So it hasn't really reached maybe mainstream yet, perhaps. But I think there are lots of people and more people interested in social entrepreneurship, because I kind of maybe also look for a purpose or want to do more than just earn money. So I think more and more people from the traditional space, they are interested. Yeah.
All right. How do you plan to motivate more people to integrate to this movement from your perspective or your experience at this moment?
Well, I mean, I think just in general, the online platform, that's always like just for information, that's just out there anyways. Well, I think like I'm working also at the Social Impact Lab at the moment, like which is an incubator for social startups in the beginning phase. And we also do like different events. So it's kind of bringing people maybe from different worlds together and connect them. And yeah, I think that's mainly the easiest or most efficient one.
All right. Um, so if there is someone who is interested on these topics related to start a social business, what would you recommend him or her about where to start? What information to look for?
Depends maybe on what kind of, if he has an idea, wants to start something on his own, I would also just like tell people, like talk to people, spread the word and
At,
feedback. Is
at
it
this,
what you mean?
yeah, at this moment, basically, it's about yeah.
How
Because
to get
as
started.
you are telling me, you are part of an incubator, for example.
Mhm.
So if I am a person who have an idea, how can I kickstart this idea to get feedback and maybe get experts to give me mentorship? Where do you consider is a good way to start? Or if there is a place in Berlin is or
I
what
actually
or like yours or any other tools?
Well, I think if you really have already concrete ideas, then the Social Impact Lab would be good because that's the only incubator, at least in Berlin, for social startups. And that's really like from the beginning when you have an idea and you want to develop it and you want to turn it into real business or social business. I think that's actually the best place. Because apart from this, there are like co-working spaces out there, but then you don't have the whole program support. And at the Social Impact Lab, it's like an 8 month program with mentoring by SAP. You have coaching, group coachings or individual coachings, like for bookkeeping or how to build your team or crowdfunding or what launch your business. So I think that's a good part. But if you're not sure yet what to do, then I would just do normal stuff like networking, talking to people, maybe go to pitches. Like we have people who want to be incubated and to get the scholarship from us. They have to pitch their idea, and then the jury decides if they win it or not. So you can even just come as a yeah. The pitch is open to the public, so everyone can join and just listen, and then yeah, maybe go from there.
All right. So I've met you from the startup weekend in Berlin, and
Mhm.
then you have been working on this project. Or how long have you been working on Whatamission, and what do you see for the future of the project?
Well, I started in 2014, I think in September, so it was a bit than a year ago. And it kind of actually developed from a personal website where I had photography work, then I had something different stuff, and then I decided, okay, it should be just one focus. And I just knew because I had masters, lots of people in the space, also internationally. And I just thought, okay, it's, yeah, would be pity not to share information I know about it, because like when I was looking for information, I also was for a place like that. What was the question again? Like where I want to.
Where do you see that you are going with the project?
Well, I hope to, like, I have two people who sometimes support me or write guest articles, like someone from the US and someone in Russia. So ideally, I would actually like it to have to be more people, like to kind of grow the team, and then yeah, be able to cover more parts in the world, because now it just relies on my own interest or where I stumble upon or where I know people from. But it would be, of course, greater if, I don't know, like for South America or I don't know, Brazil, like, or Japan. I don't know what's happening there. So that would be actually cool.
Great. During this journey, I imagine you have learned different lessons. Which are the lessons that you have learned during this time related to the development of this project from your idea to the market, what is right now? This.
Well, I think that things are always developing and evolving. Like the website now looks different than in the beginning, and it always changes. And then you learn new things. I think, and you have to be flexible. Like small things, like with mobile responsive websites, you have to adapt. So like those things, and you just have to, yeah, learn your way in, like say like that. But also, yeah, you just have to keep up working. Like you can't just stop, because at least with a blog, you're losing your followers, or you're losing people with the reach on Facebook or wherever, like your organic reach. So I think you just have to keep on. Yeah, you can't just stop if you want to. Like it's determination kind of, and self-motivation. I think, yeah, that's kind of what I maybe learned or still learning.
Great. And what about during this time that you have been developing this project, you have followed some people who are inspired you during this process to keep the motivation and go ahead?
Well, actually, I mean, that's a good thing for me. Like, I'm always researching stories. Like, if I want to write about something, I'm doing some research and then I compile the article. So actually, I'm constantly engaged or informed about people like that. And then there's not like one person maybe who inspires me, but there are more, like just people who kind of, yeah, follow their dreams, do what they want to do, and just try. Like, they just go ahead and try. So that's not a specific person, but there are so many who do great things.
Well, but can you mention, for example, from your interviews, what has been the project that you have seen who have more potential to solve, like a specific example from your interviews?
You mean the people I covered in my blog, on my blog?
Yeah, for example, yeah.
Okay, well, I just have in mind, like lately, Summer from Not, like maybe you know her too from the Startup Weekend. She's the recent interview, and she is like a sustainable fashion designer. She produces, or not, she doesn't produce, she designs bags which are made from natural material from Brazil, like golden grass. And I think that's actually quite cool, because it combines fashion and a little bit like social entrepreneurship. And what she's doing is like preserving the natural environment there, kind of providing jobs for the people, and then bringing it, like entering new markets which wouldn't be available for the people back home. I think it's like a big chain, and yeah, has a good influence. That's the most recent one, yeah.
Great, great. So yeah, maybe we are gonna put a link of the interview below of this video, and that way people can see it as well.
Yeah, sure.
As well, I would like to ask you if you have some books that you have recently read, if you read, of course, and of course,
Yeah.
that have worked for you as an inspiration to build your startup or in your personal life as well.
Yeah, well, I actually do read a lot of books. Maybe not recently, but when I started, definitely, like when I wanted to dive into the topic. And I actually, like, because you asked me before the question, I have some here. Like, that's like a book about Daniel Pink. I don't know if you know him. Like, it's about motivation, what drives us.
Yeah, it's in my list to read.
Really?
I want to read it.
Sorry to you. So I like this one. This is really cool. Then something about like happiness.
Yeah, I read that one. Yeah.
Actually also cool, like about organizations, how to keep your employers engaged, and how to create a happy workspace. And then the other ones are more also just about social entrepreneurship, like how to change the world, power of new ideas, whatever stuff. So they are like people, they're like case studies inside, like people or organizations are described like from idea to where they are now and what they did and what's their business model. So I mean, there are lots of books like that, but yeah.
Can you share maybe one of the how to change the world social entrepreneurship? focus there with the author, the name and the author?
Oh yeah, sorry. Like this one is David Bornstein.
Mhm.
Like I think, yeah, he has different books. So I think he's one of the main people. Like when I studied social entrepreneurship in London, like this was the book we were recommended to read, or we had to. I don't know. And then this one I found, it's Robert Ashton, which I also find quite good.
Great.
And
Thanks.
they are really good. Yeah.
Great. Great.
So I have a little library here myself.
Yeah, you have a full library full of books there. So great,
Yeah.
nice.
But yeah, like now I don't read too much anymore, but at least not like that. But yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
way to start.
But well, you're now applying the knowledge that you have been getting from those books.
Say again?
That now you are applying the knowledge of the books in.
Yeah. At some point you just do something else.
Well, I would like to ask you as well, basically, because most of the people have a version of what is success for them. So I wanted to ask you, what is your definition of success?
Definition of success. Well, I think it's more like a personal thing, probably. Definition of success, like that you feel happy and in ease with yourself. Like that would be more like my personal success factor. Like you like what you do. You. Yeah. I think
Great.
that's it. Yeah, quite simple. Like it's not about like whatever founding companies or making lots of money. That's I think is not really important. It's more like how you feel. And yeah.
Great. Thanks for the information. And yeah, I think it's really important. And at the end of the day, the most important thing is that you feel good with what you do and that you are happy with that. No? Basically, well, the last question that I would like to do is like, can you give us which are the context with the Whatamission project, and if you want to promote something that you want to show that you are releasing right now or in the next months, well, to keep in
Well,
touch
I
with you.
mean, I'm just always happy if people, I mean, they can also reach out to me. Like for now, mainly it is like if I know someone, I contact them and say, okay, I like what you do. I want to interview you or write an article. But of course, people can also come to me and say, okay, would you mind sharing this and this, or I'm doing this and this, or I know lots of stuff about whatever social impact investments. I don't know anything about it, but I wouldn't mind or would like to get people like expert from specific areas I don't have knowledge about to maybe even share, or they can write stuff like I really don't mind. Like it should be an open platform, doesn't need to be always me producing stuff. I'm happy to provide the platform for other people as well.
All right, can you give us some context where these people can contact you, and this way they can maybe help you on the development on some interesting topics?
Well, it's actually on my website. It's I think it's just a contact form I can go to.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have a section support me, which is like not about money at all, but it's also like provide me feedback, maybe about the content, about the how it looks like, maybe what are you missing from the site, maybe even how I can develop it further. Like for now, it's more like a voluntarily project, like I'm doing in my leisure time. But of course, it would be somehow nice. I don't know if you can generate somehow money with this. Like I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I think there are different ways to get involved.
All right. So, Melanie, I would like to say thanks for all the information you have given us today, and wishing you success on all your project. And well, we will continue keeping in touch and on see what are you developing and try to help you as well on the progress of your project.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.